rather be a good person off the field than be a good baseball player on the field. Hi, I'm Bryce Harper, star right fielder for the Washington Nationals. I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. When I was 3, I played with my brother's 6-year-old team, and I kept playing with them until I was 13. That's when I went to middle school. When I was 17, I got my GED at Las Vegas High School. 11 months later, I entered the draft at 17 years old and was drafted number 1 overall by the Washington Nationals. 1 month later, I was awarded the Gold Spikes Award. 2 years later, I played in my debut. I played so well that I stayed in the MLB. I was also so good that season that I played in the All-Star game and was Rookie of the Year. 3 years later, I was National League MVP and I got the Silver Slugger Award. That's the same year I was awarded Hank Aaron Award. Today, my career batting average is .285.
Hey, I'm Cleopatra. I was born in 69 BC, before Christ. My father died in 68 BC. When my father died, me and my brother ruled Egypt. I became queen in 51 BC, when I was 18 years old. I killed my brother and my sister. I had twins by Anthony. In 48 BC, I met Caesar's palace rolled up in a carpet. Then Caesar became my husband. I committed suicide. I lived to be 39 years old. I died in 30 BC. Like I said, make death proud to take us.
Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Hello, I'm Albert Einstein, Nobel Prize winner and inventor of the phrase you might have on a t-shirt, E=mc². I was born in Germany, March 14, 1879, but didn't start talking until age 4. I graduated from the Zurich Polytechnic in 1900 and married Mileva Marik in 1903. My first son was born a year later. In 1905, I published my famous theory of relativity, E=mc², but I didn't get the Nobel Prize for my work until 1921. In 1939, I wrote a letter to President Roosevelt urging him to start construction of an atomic bomb. I died and my brain was removed for studying in 1955.
Walking together in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. I learned this when my family and friends opened the door to my world. First, I was diagnosed with scarlet fever and survived, but became blind and deaf. Then a great teacher, Miss Ann Sullivan, taught me that everything had a name. We moved to New York in 1888. Then after that, in 1900, I went to Radcliffe College and did the school newspaper. Then 4 years later, I became the first to be blind and deaf to graduate college. Now here comes the boring part. My dad dies and I still be awesome and I go to college again, but it's Harvard University. And then my mom dies and then Ann Sullivan died, but it wasn't all bad. I was alive and got a Freedom Medal. And in 1968, my story ended.
Happiness can be found in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. Hi, I'm J.K. Rowling. I was born on July 31st, 1965. I came up with my money-making idea on a delayed train traveling from Manchester to King's Cross. The idea came to me when I started to write it down on a napkin. After getting rejected 38 times, I finally found Bloomsbury, and they gave me a chance. It took me 6 years to finish my first book called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Before I knew it, kids and adults loved Harry Potter. I made 7 books in all. In 2001, Warner Brothers Productions started to make the movies. I finished the books in 2007. All I have left to say is do more of what you love.
You may be sensitive inside, but what I see on the outside is a soldier. Hi, I'm Lauren Graham. You might not know, but I'm an actress and an author. I was born on March 16, 1967 in Honolulu, Hawaii. In 1972, my parents got a divorce, so my dad raised me. I graduated from Barnard College in 1984. I got a degree in acting performance. Then I finally got a show called Gilmore Girls in 2000 all the way in 2007. In 2009, I played in a Broadway, which was my dream. The next show I played in, I found the love of my life, Peter Cross. We both played in Parenthood in 2010 through 2015. In 2013, I published my first book called Someday, Someday Maybe. In 2015, I played in the movie Max, which facts you might know. Now I'm just living life to the fullest as a quirky, fun person. No money, still play. My name is Lionel Messi. I was born June 24th, 1987. I was known as the youngest player to play in a professional league for MSO at age 17. I am also known as the Flea because I'm small, but I really don't mind what other people say. And when I score and me and my team win, I don't talk about how I scored my goals. I talk about how good my team was. And when I do my celebration, I think about things that are more important things than me. That is why there are more important things in life than winning or losing.
I'm in the Olympics. I play softball since I was 8. Do you know who I am? If not, you learn about me today. Hello, I'm Jenny Finch. I was born September 3rd, 1980, in California. I was the youngest Doug. My mom was a huge fan of the Dodgers. When I first heard about softball, I was going to be like my brothers. In softball, I was taller and faster than most of the girls. I married to Casey Daigle. I have 3 children and dog. In high school, I played basketball. I was not the best, but I kept on going. But remember this, never give up and keep smiling.
Hi, I'm Napoleon Bonaparte. You probably know me as the tiny general who led France, but there's more, a lot more. First, I was born on August 15, 1769 in Italy. As a child, I was usually made fun of my poorness, but I ended up graduating one of the best military schools in France quite young. Then in 1793, I was exiled for being too pro-France, but not to brag, but I was asked to come back since I was that good at military. Not long after, I crowned myself Emperor of France. I was that full of myself. I then led France to beat the war against France and Austria, but then the clock stopped ticking. I died of stomach cancer on May 5th, 1821. Like Napoleon said, he who fears being conquered is sure of defeat.
An airplane stays up because it doesn't have the time to fall. Hi, I'm Oliver Wright, and my brother and I were the first people to create a functional airplane, and I'll tell you how it all happened. I was born on Dayton, Ohio, 1871. My brother and I used to play with kites all the time. Eventually, I got older, and on 1903, my brother and I created the first working plane. Then Wilbur Wright died of typhoid fever on Thursday, May 30th, 1912. P.S. Typhoid fever is a serious disease caused by contaminated water and food. The company became mine, and I sold it on 1915. I died on January 30, 1948, after suffering a second heart attack.
I was born February 4th, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama. When I was young, my dad left the family. When he left, my brother had cancer and died. When I was in high school, I had to drop out of school. When I was 19, I married a guy named Raymond, and he decided for me to go back to school and finish. I was famous for not giving up my seat on the bus. In 2005, I died at the age of 94 years old. I was a good woman.
If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. Hi, my name is Dion Sanders. I was born August 19, 1967. In 1981, I was drafted to the Yankees and Falcons. I'm the only person to play in the World Series and the Super Bowl. On the Cowboys, I played wide receiver and cornerback. I was the only person to do that in 4 decades. After inducted into the Hall of Fame, I published a book, released a song, and right now I have a TV show.
Literature is one of the most significant expressions of humanity. I was born on July 25th, 1810. I ran my American Museum from 1841 to 1868, but in 1865 my museum was burned down. Have you found out who I am? Hi, I am P.T. Barnum. In 1871, Mr. Bailey helped me find the Ringling Bros and the Barnum and Bailey Circus. Sadly, I died on April 7th, 1891. If you haven't done the math yet, I died at the age of 81 years old. Literature is one of the most significant expressions of humanity. P.T. Barnum.
Hi, my name is Richard Sheridan. I was born March 30th, 1988. I grew up with my brother Brenton and my sister Christina. And my dad inspired me to play football, so I tried it and I loved it. So I played football throughout school, and now I'm in the NFL.
I have a good NFL career with many injuries, but I still fight through them. And I am one of the biggest trash talkers in the NFL. And I made it to the Pro Bowl 4 times. You mad, bro? And now I live a happy life with 2 kids and my wife.
Without soccer, my life is nothing. Hi, my name is Cristiano Ronaldo, and I'm 33 years old. I was born in February 5th, 1985. In 2009, I transferred to a Spanish team called Real Madrid. In my first game in Spain, I made 17 goals in one season. In 2011, I made it to the best top players. In 2017, I won the best FIFA men players.
I might be small, but I am fierce. Hello, I am Simone Biles. I'm a 3-time national champion of gymnastics all around. I was born March 14th, 1997. I have 3 siblings, Tevin, Ashley, and Audria. Our father left my mother sadly behind. Our mother decided she didn't want to take care of us due to her drug and alcohol addiction. She put all 4 of us up for adoption. I decided to start gymnastics at level 3 at 7 years old. Over the years, I've won many medals. I finished high school 2 years ago. I started college 1 year ago. I didn't go to public school so I could continue pursuing my dream. I became an Olympic gymnast. Never let your troubles throw you off edge. You always will pursue your dream if you believe.
Until we get equality in education, we won't have an equal society. Hola, my name is Sonia Sotomayor. I was born June 25th, 1954 in the Bronx, New York. I have a brother whose name is Juan. He was born in 1957. When I was little, I was very poor as a child. My mother worked 4 jobs. I come from a Puerto Rican descent. We would have parties and would dance, and no matter how down we were, we never lost our spirit. Also, when I was 9, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. My father died at age 42 while I was 9 years old. I got into Princeton and Yale and was at the top of all my classes. Also, President Bill Clinton nominated me to be a part of the U.S. of Appeals Second Circuit. My mother cried when she first heard my speech because she was so happy for me and I saw her, so I said, I thank my mother for everything, like being up here today. In 2009, I was elected to be a part of the Supreme Court and I became the first Latina on the Supreme Court thanks to President Barack Obama.
Hey there, true believers. My name is Stan Lee. I was born December 28, 1922. When I was young, my parents pressured me to study hard so I could skip grades and get a good job early. When I was 17, I got hired by Timely Comics as an assistant. My job was to get the big writer's coffee. 2 years later, I got promoted to chief editor and writer. In 1947, Joan Bookcock and I got married. 3 years later, we had our first and only child, Joan Celia Lee. In 1961, Marvel Comics officially started after replacing Timely Comics. My first superhero team was the Fantastic Four. Later, I moved to LA to start helping writing Marvel movies and make cameos. Now I'm 95 years old and I still make cameos and help write movies. A new thing I do, though, is work for PAL Comics. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Enough said.
Just be yourself. There's no one better. Hi, I'm Taylor Swift, and you might know me as a pop and country singer. I was born to Scott and Andrea Swift, my parents, in Reading, Pennsylvania, on December 13th, 1989. Growing up as a child, my heart desired a love for music. I would sing to my parents, I would sing at singing contests, at karaoke bars, and I would even sing to strangers. You know, since I love singing so much, my singing career led me to singing the Star Spangled Banner at the Philadelphia 76ers basketball game when I was just 11 years old. Once I was 14 years old, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee with my whole family, including my brother Austin, to go pursue my love of country music. Later on, when I was in Nashville, I got signed with Big Machine Records. Although I went to Wyoming area junior/senior high school, I have decided not to go to college. And now I'm a successful 28-year-old pop singer.
I think fearless is having fears, but is jumping anyway. Hi, I'm Taylor Swift. I was born December 13th, 1989. I lived in a farm and attended Windcroft Elementary, but I never went to college, then moved to Nashville for a record labeling in Nashville. I was the little girl with a big voice My little brother was born in Nashville. Moral through music and always true about my music and reliable.
The world needs different minds. Hello, I'm Temple Grant. I was born August 29, 1947. I'm the oldest of four. When I was only 2, I was diagnosed with autism. I went to 2 different universities and got 2 different master's degrees. December 19, 1986 is when I got really famous because I invented the hugging machine, an easier way to slaughter cows. 2004 I won the Pro Game. In 2011 I won the Peak. One of the things I don't understand is how HBO made a movie just about my life in 2010. I mean, I'm not that interesting. Really, I'm not. To this day, I'm still alive at the age of 70, and I'm a professor at Colorado State University.
You're not the opinion of someone who doesn't know you. I was born on December 13, 1989. I am 28 years old. I am an American singer. My mom is Andrea Swift, and my dad is Scott Kingsley Swift. I also have a brother. My brother's name is Austin Swift. When I was small, I sang to strangers after. Then I started singing in fairs and other places by following my grandmother's footsteps. If you haven't figured out who I am, I'm Taylor Swift. I went to Hendersonville High School. My passion for singing made me think what I want to be. Always remember, never believe anyone who tells you that you don't deserve what you want.
Hello, my name is Cleopatra. I was born 69 BCs. My father and mother died when I was very young. When they died, I took over as the queen. Since I was the oldest, I had 2 siblings. I had 1 brother and 1 sister. One day, Rome wanted to start war, but with an exchange, we gave them gold. But until one day, when I turned queen, I talked with Caesar in exchange for peace. So one day, I fell in love with Caesar and had 1 son. And then one day, Caesar got assassinated and got killed. After Caesar passed away, there was a new ruler named Mark Antony. And so Mark Antony and Cleopatra got married. Sadly, I died in 30 BCs. The cause was a very poisonous snake. Also, I made my death proud.
Hi, I'm the guy who painted Starry Night. Yeah, it's me, Vincent Van Gogh. I was born on March 30th, 1885. I am well known for my paintings and sketches. I've done over 2,000 paintings over my lifetime, but I only sold 1. And I had a roommate, and many people believe that he killed me, but I killed myself by a self-inflicted gunshot. I was walking to the hospital, and while I was walking to the hospital, I died on the way.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Hi, I'm Wayne Gretzky. You might know me, but you might not. I was born in 1961. I'm a really good hockey player. I won a lot of Stanley Cups and also set a lot of hockey records. I played on 2 teams, the Oilers and the LA Kings. Sadly, I played my last game in 1999. Then I started being a coach for the Phoenix Coyotes.